In a world full of noise, distractions, and external demands, there is a silent path to true inner freedom. Raising your vibration is not a magical act or a one-time event. It's a daily practice of awareness, authenticity, and self-love. From awakening with intention, caring for what you consume, breathing consciously, moving as living energy, to practicing gratitude and resting deeply. Every action elevates your frequency and transforms not only your life, but the energy of those around you. Today, you'll learn how to sustain a high vibration, claim sovereignty over your energy, and remember your power with love and presence. What if I told you that within you, hidden in the unseen depths of your own body, lies a source of eternal youth that few are aware of? What if the secret to preserving physical strength, mental clarity, and personal magnetism did not depend on external potions or costly treatments, but on an energy you generate every day? Since ancient times, Taoist masters and the alchemists of wise civilizations understood something that modern science is only beginning to glimpse. Sexual energy is the most concentrated essence of life force. It is not only the impulse that creates physical life, but also a primordial elixir that, when preserved and transformed, revitalizes the body, strengthens the mind, and extends life. The Taoists called it sexual energy flowing from the lower abdomen. In its natural course, its single biological mission is to leave the body to create another human being. Yet here lies the forgotten secret. If instead of constantly releasing it, you learn to raise and circulate it, that same energy that creates life outside can also create life within. According to the Tao, this inner alchemy builds an immortal body, not in the literal sense, but as a rejuvenated, strengthened organism free from premature decline. It becomes possible to reverse deterioration, preserve vitality, and live longer in fullness. The answer, according to these ancient teachings, is yes. Through simple but profound practices such as testicular breathing, energetic massage, circulation of qi, and the activation of inner lights, sun, moon, and star, anyone can learn to conserve sexual essence, transform it, and return it to the energetic system. In this exploration, we will uncover the mysteries behind this ancestral wisdom. We will examine how sexual energy can be transformed into life force, how this process slows aging, strengthens the immune system, and grants mental clarity, and how to integrate these techniques into daily life to cultivate longevity, vitality, and lasting youth. If you have ever wondered how some people radiate magnetism, vigor, and serenity even at advanced ages, this knowledge is the key. True youth is not found outside, but in the mastery and transformation of the energy flowing within you. Prepare yourself. What you are about to learn is not merely a technique, but a path of inner alchemy that can radically transform your life, your health, and your very perception of time. To grasp the depth of this knowledge, we must travel back to the ancient mountains of China, where Taoist masters observed nature with a patience and precision that today seem almost mythical. They asked why certain trees lived for thousands of years while others died quickly. Why some animals seemed to preserve vitality throughout their lives. Through observation, meditation, and experimentation, they reached a striking conclusion. The key to longevity was not only diet or exercise, but the preservation and refinement of vital energy, which they called aging, the fundamental essence that sustains life. This essence resides primarily in the kidneys and expresses itself through sexual energy. Each time it is unconsciously released through excessive sexual activity, uncontrolled emotions, or harmful lifestyle habits, the reserve of vitality diminishes. Accelerating aging. Sun Simo, one of the greatest physicians of ancient China, said, "The wise store their essence as the dragon guards its pearl. Those who waste their seed shorten their lives." From this insight arose practices such as the cultivation of sexual energy, Qigong, and internal alchemy, Nieten. These techniques taught how to refine Jing and transmute it into Qi, the vital energy, and then into Shen, the spiritual force. This transmutation ascended the spine, nourishing the brain, the organs, and the entire energy field. In India, Tantra and Yoga shared the same understanding. Yogis taught that sexual energy, when preserved and sublimated, fueled the awakening of Kundalini, bringing illumination, vibrant health, and longevity. In the West as well, Hermetic traditions spoke of the transmutation of sulfur and mercury, symbols of the masculine and feminine principles. Across cultures, sexual energy was seen as the cornerstone of physical, mental, and spiritual development. This knowledge was never shared widely. It was passed down through closed lineages only. 2 disciples who had proven maturity and discipline, because misuse of these techniques could cause more harm than benefit. Bibao in modern times, with the trivialization of sexuality and the absence of conscious guidance. This wisdom was either lost or buried in obscure texts. In recent decades, however, teachers like Mantak Chia have recovered and modernized these teachings, adapting them for contemporary practitioners. Today you have access to this knowledge. Understanding its history not only provides context, but also honors a tradition that can rejuvenate body, mind, and spirit. Imagine for a moment that your body is a living alchemical laboratory, a sacred temple where every cell, organ, and gland functions as part of a masterfully designed energetic system. Within this temple exists a fuel more powerful than any other. Your sexual energy, if you know how to refine it, it can nourish every vital system. If you waste it, it drains your strength, withers vitality, and accelerates aging. According to Taoist teachings, sexual energy, or Jing, is the body's most valuable raw material. It is generated in the kidneys and sexual glands, and is directly linked to hormone production, cellular regeneration, and overall vitality. From a modern perspective, this essence supports the endocrine system, which regulates growth, metabolism, reproduction, and emotional balance. Here lies the key. The body uses large amounts of biochemical resources to produce sexual fluids. When those fluids are released frequently and unconsciously, the organism is forced to constantly replenish them, which gradually depletes the kidneys, adrenal glands, and other vital organs. The result can be chronic fatigue, muscle loss, aging, skin, hair loss, and mental fog. But when you learn to redirect this energy inward, rather than releasing it, something extraordinary happens. The essence begins to nourish the brain, spinal cord, organs, and glands, strengthening the entire system. The Taoists expressed it this way: sexual essence transforms into qi, and qi transforms into shen, the spirit. How is this achieved? Through a series of practices that can be summarized in 3 fundamental stages. The first stage is the activation of sexual energy. This means generating the energy without reaching climax. It can be done through conscious self-exploration or by stimulating the lower abdomen with deep breathing into the tanti. The goal is to awaken the energy, to feel a subtle tingling or warmth accumulating in the pelvic region. The second stage is ascending recirculation. Here begins the real alchemy. Through contraction of the pubic muscle, the same used to stop urination, combined with slow, deep breathing, the energy is pushed toward the spine. With focused intention and visualization, it is guided up the central channel, rising to the abdomen, the heart, and finally to the crown of the head. The Taoists called this the microcosmic orbit. The third stage is storage and transformation. Once the energy has ascended, it is stored in the 3 treasures of the body. The lower tan tin, linked to physical energy and vitality. The heart, linked to emotional balance and magnetism. And the head, especially the pineal gland, linked to mental clarity and intuition. By redistributing sexual energy to these centers, we nourish the organs, balance emotions, and expand consciousness. This process not only rejuvenates the body, but also increases longevity, immunity, personal magnetism, and inner peace. A precise metaphor is that of a rechargeable battery. Most people discharge their battery constantly without replenishing it. Sexual alchemy teaches how to re-inject that energy into the system, increasing the charge of life itself. Now that we understand the foundations of sexual energy cultivation and its transmutation, it is essential to go deeper into the nuances that distinguish a superficial practice from true internal alchemy. As the Taoist masters taught, the real power lies not only in the technique, but in the quality of awareness and sensitivity with which it is practiced. The first nuance is the difference between accumulation and stagnation. Many beginners who start retaining sexual energy end up accumulating essence without knowing how to distribute it properly. This can lead to discomfort, irritability, anxiety, insomnia, or pelvic tension. Taoists warned that sexual energy is like water behind a dam. If the gates are not opened to let it flow into the rest of the system, internal pressure builds up and collapse follows. This is why conscious daily recirculation is indispensable. Retention alone is not enough. The energy must be moved and transformed. Deep abdominal breathing, upward visualization, and energetic massage are the keys to preventing stagnation. Imagine each breath and gentle contraction pushing that energy upward like a luminous river, irrigating every cell of your body. This constant flow maintains vitality without overload. The second nuance is the emotional quality of the practice. If sexual energy is cultivated with thoughts of anxiety, guilt, or obsessive fantasies, its vibration becomes contaminated, and the recirculated energy is of low quality. This is why the masters insisted on practicing with a calm mind, steady breath, and a reverent attitude. Sexual energy is highly sensitive to emotional states. Your intention defines the frequency you elevate. Another vital point is balance between retention and release. The Tao teaches that excess in anything disrupts the harmony of the body. The path is not about never releasing sexual energy, but about finding a rhythm that is healthy for you. A classic principle says, if after a release you feel strong and serene, it was correct. If you feel drained and empty, it was excessive. Self-observation and honesty with yourself are your best guides. It is also essential to strengthen the physical body alongside energetic practice. Taoists integrated Qigong, stretching, mindful walking, and proper diet to sustain the flow of refined energy. A strong and flexible body is the proper vessel to contain and direct subtle energy without strain. Finally comes integration into daily life. True mastery is not what happens only in meditation, but what manifests in everyday existence. Greater vitality, mental clarity, emotional serenity, personal magnetism, and robust health. That is the real fruit of energetic transmutation. This advanced stage can be summarized in 3 Taoist keys. Accumulate without stagnating. Retain and move the energy continuously. Refine intention. Practice with a calm mind and elevated emotions. The third key is to integrate body and life, strengthening the physical form and channeling energy into every daily action. Those who understand and apply these nuances not only preserve their physical youth, but also expand their energetic field, radiate natural magnetism, fortify the immune system, and access higher levels of intuition and serenity. Wisdom, no matter how profound, only comes alive when it is embodied through consistent practice. The ancient masters knew that constancy is the true key to lasting transformation. Beyond theory, what matters most is incorporating simple yet powerful actions into your daily life that activate, circulate, and refine sexual energy, transforming it into a constant source of vitality. Here are some essential Taoist-inspired practices, adapted to modern life, that allow you to experience the benefits of energetic mastery. Conscious abdominal breathing. Each morning, before starting your day, sit comfortably with your spine upright and place your hands just below your navel. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your abdomen expand like a balloon. Then exhale gently through the mouth as your belly relaxes. Over time, this deepens natural breathing, calms the mind, oxygenates the sexual organs, and strengthens the nervous system. Gentle perineum contractions throughout the day, whether walking, sitting, or working, lightly contract the pelvic floor as if stopping the flow of urine, then release. This strengthens the energetic seal at the base of the body, prevents energy loss, and encourages the upward movement of sexual chi. Taoists described this as igniting the inner furnace that fuels vitality. The inner smile and organ massage. Once a day, sit or lie down. Bring awareness to your internal organs: heart, lungs, liver, spleen, and kidneys, and smile inwardly to each one, radiating gratitude. Afterwards, warm your palms and massage the lower back around the kidneys. This awakens the kidney energy, reinforcing the vital reserve, microcosmic orbit. Before sleep or after breathing practice, contract the perineum lightly. Inhale as visualize energy rising up the spine to the crown of the head. Then exhale as it descends down the front of the body back to the abdomen. This circulation distributes sexual energy, nourishes the organs and brain, and prevents stagnation. Conscious moderation. True cultivation is not repression, but balance. Listen to your body when you choose to release sexual energy. With a partner or in self-exploration, do so with awareness, without compulsion. Observe how you feel afterward and adjust your rhythm according to your energetic needs. Taoist wisdom reminds us, what is hoarded without flow becomes illness. What is scattered without measure leads to exhaustion. Harmony lies in balance. By integrating these practices into daily life, you cultivate radiant vitality, a serene mind, and a rejuvenated body. No long retreats are required, only consistent, mindful actions repeated each day, gradually transforming your energetic field in profound ways. This journey has shown us that sexual energy is not merely a biological impulse, but a timeless elixir. In a world that prizes external solutions, costly treatments, drugs, surgeries, and fleeting stimulation, ancient wisdom reminds us that true rejuvenation begins within, in the way we conserve, refine, and direct our essence. You now hold this key in your hands. You have seen that with simple yet profound practices: conscious breathing, energy circulation, organ massage, and mindful moderation, ordinary moments can become ceremonies of self-healing and expansion. Most importantly, you carry a new perception of yourself. You are more than a body that ages. You are an alchemist of energy, capable each day of choosing whether to waste or cultivate, to scatter or to nourish, to decay or to rejuvenate from within. Remember always, youth is not a stage of life, but a state of your energetic field. When your essence flows freely, when it is preserved and transformed, your body radiates health, your mind clarity, and your spirit serenity. If this message has resonated with you, share this wisdom so others may also remember the path toward natural vitality. Stay connected for future teachings, where we will continue to reveal esoteric practices and ancestral knowledge that strengthen the body. awaken the mind, and expand the soul. The journey of inner alchemy never ends. Each day is a new distillation of vitality, awareness, and personal power. May the light of your refined energy illuminate every corner of your existence. There are people who seem to defy the laws of time. No matter how many years pass, their faces maintain a special glow. Their skin radiates vitality, and their energy feels much younger than their age. Science might attribute this to genetics, a balanced diet, or healthy lifestyle habits. But on a spiritual level, this phenomenon holds much deeper implications. If someone has ever told you that you look younger than your years, it might not be a coincidence. Your inner vibration could influence how the world perceives you. Physical age and spiritual age don't always go hand in hand. Many ancient traditions teach that appearance is merely a reflection of our energetic state, and when a soul is aligned with its highest essence, the body responds by radiating youth and light. Today, we'll explore the hidden meaning behind this manifestation. We'll discover how vital energy, spiritual evolution, and consciousness can influence the aging of the body. We'll also delve into ancient teachings on longevity, from the secrets of yogis to the principles of hermetic wisdom, and learn how to apply these insights in our own lives. Perhaps time is only an illusion, and the way we perceive our age depends on more than just the numbers on a calendar. Join me on this journey to uncover the answers that esoteric traditions have safeguarded for centuries. Throughout history, various spiritual traditions have linked outward appearance to the inner state of being. Since ancient times, civilizations believed that youth was measured not only in years, but in the energy a person radiated. In Hermetic philosophy, we are taught as within, so without, suggesting that the image we project to the world reflects our inner vibration. When someone cultivates inner peace, self-love, and harmony, the body responds with health and vitality. Conversely, those trapped in stress, fear, and negativity tend to age faster. The Taoists believed in the existence of Jing, a vital energy inherited at birth. They taught that preserving it through meditation, proper diet, and emotional serenity could slow down aging. Many Taoist masters seemed to stay youthful even at advanced ages, leading to the belief that longevity was directly connected to spirituality. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the concept of prana, or vital energy, plays a crucial role in bodily health. Those who purify their energy centers, chakras, and raise their vibration achieve a state of balance in which physical wear slows down. Yogis, for example, practice techniques like pranayama, breath control, and meditation to conserve energy and prevent premature aging. Even in Judeo-Christian traditions, there are references to the connection between spirituality and appearance. In the Old Testament, after spending 40 days in communion with the divine on Mount Sinai, Moses returned with a radiant face that people could hardly look at directly. This glow was the result of his connection to a higher source of energy. Modern science has also begun exploring this link. Studies show that chronic stress, anger, and negativity can accelerate cellular aging, while meditation, gratitude, and connection to higher purposes can slow it down and promote a more youthful appearance. So, if the body reflects the soul, how can we use this knowledge to stay youthful, not just in appearance, but in essence? Time, as we perceive it, is only an illusion. Although calendars and clocks mark the passing years, something far deeper is at play: the vibration of our vital energy. Ancient sages believed that youth and longevity are determined not only by genetics or biology, but by the vibrational frequency of each individual. From alchemy to hermetic teachings, there is a fundamental principle. The energy you emit is the energy you manifest in your physical body. When a person lives with elevated emotions such as gratitude, love, peace, and joy, their energy field strengthens, creating a sort of protective shield that slows cellular wear. Modern science is beginning to confirm this, with studies on the impact of oxidative stress on aging, revealing that those who practice meditation, positive visualization, and other spiritual techniques show signs of cellular longevity. In contrast, dense emotions like fear, guilt, or resentment have the opposite effect. They block the flow of vital energy, disrupt the balance of energy centers, and accelerate aging. This is why many esoteric traditions emphasize the importance of releasing emotional burdens, as they can manifest physically through premature wrinkles, dull eyes, and chronic fatigue. From east to west, mystical traditions have spoken of a subtle energy that sustains and balances the body. In Chinese medicine, it is called qi, in India, prana, and in Western esoteric teachings, vital energy. Those who manage to balance and increase this energy can slow the aging process. How can we achieve this? Practices like conscious breathing and pranayama play a key role. The way we breathe directly impacts our vitality. Yogis teach that deep, slow breaths preserve vital energy, while shallow, rapid breathing drains the body prematurely. Meditation and mindfulness practices of full presence reduce stress hormone production and balance the body's energy, resulting in brighter skin and a more radiant gaze. Movement disciplines like Tai Chi, Qigong, and yoga help unblock stagnant energy, allowing life force to circulate freely and nourish every cell. Connection with high vibration emotions is equally important. Emotions like love, compassion, and gratitude are authentic elixirs of youth. Those who cultivate them regularly radiate a special light, often perceived as eternal youth. There is something even deeper: how we perceive ourselves. How often have you heard that age is just a number? This common phrase holds a hidden truth. The way we internalize our age affects how our body responds. The subconscious mind is the architect of our physical reality. If you constantly reinforce the idea that time is wearing you down, your body will obey. Conversely, if you maintain the belief that you are timeless, that vital energy nourishes you, and that your essence is eternal, your appearance will begin to reflect it. This is the key that many sages have discovered over centuries. The secret of youth lies not in creams or external procedures, but in inner harmony, the ability to elevate your vibration and radiate from the soul, an energy that transcends time, beyond biology and energetic vibration. Another crucial factor influences how we look, the evolutionary state of the soul. Many spiritual traditions hold that the body is merely a temporary vessel for the immortal essence of being. Some believe that young souls tend to age faster because they remain attached to the dense karmic cycles of the material world. Meanwhile, older souls, those who have passed through multiple incarnations and accumulated wisdom, project a purer, more balanced energy, which is reflected in their temporary appearance. Mystics assert that when the soul reaches a certain level of consciousness, time no longer affects it in the same way it does those disconnected from their spiritual nature. This explains why some people, despite their years, radiate vibrant youth and magnetic presence. They don't defy time. They live in a state of fullness and alignment with their essence. Another fascinating aspect is the impact our life purpose has on the perception of age. When a person is aligned with their purpose, they feel a deep motivation that fills them with energy and vitality. Their life becomes a constant expression of inspiration, and this reflects in their physical appearance. Conversely, those who feel lost or live in a state of apathy tend to age faster, as their vital energy becomes stagnant. In esoteric numerology and astrology, certain numbers and planetary positions indicate a life of renewal, where the individual may appear younger because their soul has chosen an extended learning experience. Some astrological signs, like Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, are associated with youthful energy, regardless of physical age. Numerology suggests that people with master numbers in their birth date 11, 22, 33 can maintain a fresher appearance due to their connection with higher planes of consciousness. Even in Hinduism and Buddhism, ancient texts mention luminous bodies in individuals who have reached advanced levels of spiritual development. Great yogis and spiritual masters emit a radiance that makes them appear younger, as if time has no effect on them. But this is not a phenomenon reserved only for the enlightened. Anyone can integrate these principles into daily life to reflect that energetic youth that transcends biological age. Now that we've explored the spiritual, energetic, and philosophical reasons why some people appear younger, it's time to put this knowledge into practice. How can we integrate these principles into our daily lives to radiate youth and vitality, regardless of the years? The first step is understanding that the mind directly influences the body. Thoughts of stress, worry, and fear accelerate aging by creating blockages in the flow of vital energy. On the other hand, gratitude, joy, and inner peace generate an expansive vibration that translates into a fresher appearance. Here are some recommended practices you can incorporate. Daily meditation, connecting with inner silence, helps regenerate cells and reduce inflammation in the body. Positive affirmations, Programming the mind with phrases like "my body reflects the youth of my spirit" aligns inner energy with outer appearance, laughter, and play. The ability to be amazed and enjoy simple pleasures keeps the spark of childhood alive in the soul. Food affects not only the body, but also the energy field. To maintain a youthful appearance, it's recommended to consume natural living foods full of prana, or vital energy. Tips for a youthful diet include fresh fruits and vegetables, which have a high vibration that raises the body's frequency. Avoid ultra-processed foods, as artificial products create energetic density and accelerate cellular aging. Drink water with intention. Programming water with words like vitality, youth, and renewal can enhance its regenerative effect. The environment we live in also influences our appearance. Spending time in nature allows the body to recharge with pure, revitalizing energy. Recommended practices: walking barefoot on the earthing. Absorbing energy from the ground balances the nervous system and revitalizes the skin. Conscious sun exposure. Sunlight activates vitamin D production and regulates natural biorhythms. Natural water baths, swimming in rivers, lakes, or the sea helps cleanse the energy field of dense, stagnant energies. Maintaining a high vibration is key to reflecting youth in the face and body. To achieve this, it's important to avoid toxic energies and surround yourself with harmonious environments. Care for your energy field. Protecting personal energy with practices such as using crystals, sacred symbols, or visualization techniques. Play can help keep the aura clean. Avoid drama and complaints. Low vibrations accelerate aging, while inner peace rejuvenates. Sleep quality. Sleeping well is one of the most powerful secrets for cellular regeneration. As mentioned earlier, people who live with purpose radiate timeless energy. Feeling passion for life keeps the body in a state of expansion rather than contraction. Seek your best version with these tips. Discover your vocation. Dedicate time to what truly excites you. It strengthens the spirit. Serve others. The energy of service generates a special light in the eyes and face. Follow your intuition. Listening to your inner voice and acting accordingly keeps the energy flow in harmony. By integrating these habits into daily life, you not only maintain a younger appearance, but also a vibrant energy that transcends biological age. True youth is a reflection of the soul. After exploring the spiritual and energetic reasons why some people appear younger, it's clear that youth is not just a matter of genetics or lifestyle. It's a manifestation of the soul's state. Ancient spiritual traditions have always emphasized the connection between vital energy and physical appearance. From yogis who seemed eternally young to mystics who radiated a special light, it's evident that when the inner self is in harmony, the body naturally reflects that energy. Time, as we perceive it, is an illusion. On the spiritual plane, age is not a barrier, but a mental construct. When we align with our highest essence, we transcend the limitations of time. and our appearance begins to reflect that timeless state. People who live with enthusiasm, curiosity, and love for life often appear younger, because their energy is not trapped in the weight of the past or the anxiety of the future. They remain in the eternal present, the only moment where true life occurs. The body is merely a projection of what happens in the energy field. Caring for our vibration is key to reflecting youth and vitality. It's not about creams, diets, or external routines. It's about how we feel, how we think, and how we connect with universal energy. If you want to keep that spark of youth in your life, remember, live with purpose and passion. Surround yourself with positive energy. Care for your vibrational field with conscious habits. Stay present and flow with life. The secret to appearing youthful is not a magic formula, but how you choose to live each day. Reflect. Does your energy show the eternity of your soul or the weight of time? If this information resonates with you, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this knowledge with those who may benefit. Subscribe to the channel to continue exploring the mysteries of the soul and energy together. Imagine for a moment that everything in your life begins to flow with ease. The right people appear at the perfect time. Opportunities open effortlessly. Your body feels light, your mind clear, and your heart at peace. And what if I told you, this is neither fantasy nor coincidence, but the direct result of your vibration? Everything in the universe vibrates. You vibrate. Your thoughts, your emotions, your words, your actions, each is an energetic pulse emitting a frequency. This frequency is like an invisible language the universe understands and responds to. That is why what you emit, you attract. But here lies the hidden key few truly understand. It is not enough to raise your vibration temporarily. Real transformation happens when you sustain a high vibration permanently independent of external circumstances, beyond the ups and downs that drain your energy and disconnect you from your true power. This is the deeper teaching of this journey. Together, we will explore why holding a high vibration is not only possible, but essential if you wish to awaken consciousness, manifest with clarity, and walk life from your most authentic spiritual center. Raising your vibration does not mean being positive all the time or faking happiness, nor does it mean avoiding darkness. Rather, it is about inhabiting an inner frequency of truth, coherence, and presence even in the midst of chaos. This exploration will be your map. We will uncover the ancient origins of the concept of vibration within esoteric traditions. You will come to understand how vibration operates through your physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. You will see what blocks your frequency and how to transcend it. And finally, you will learn practices, choices, and shifts that can anchor you into a state of elevated energy that no longer falls. Prepare to remember that you are more than a physical body, more than a personal story, more than fleeting emotion. You are vibration in motion. And today, you will recall how to raise it and sustain it like a true master of energy. Are you ready to cross that threshold? The idea that everything in the universe vibrates is neither a modern invention nor a passing spiritual trend. It is an ancient truth, echoed in countless forms by the wisest civilizations in history. From the Hermetic teachings of ancient Egypt to the Yoga Sutras of India, the principle of vibration has been honored as a universal law. The Kabbalion, an esoteric text attributed to Hermeticism, declares in its second great principle, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Though poetic, this axiom contains a profound reality. Vibration is the secret breath of the universe. Everything that exists, matter, thought, emotion, soul, resonates at a specific frequency. And that frequency not only defines its nature, it determines what it harmonizes with in the Vedic tradition. This is expressed through the concept of spanda, which means sacred vibrations. According to this vision, divine consciousness, Shiva, Brahmaness, not a static presence, but an eternal dance of vibrant energy pulsing through all forms of life. The universe, then, is not a dead structure, but a living symphony, where each human being is a note with its own frequency. The shamans of the Americas also understood this truth. To them, every being, stone, river, eagle, or human carries an inner melody. When someone falls ill, they lose their song. When someone heals, they return to vibrating in harmony with the Great Spirit across time. These teachings were whispered among initiates, preserved in secret rituals, hidden from a modern world obsessed with what can only be measured. Yet the esoteric never disappeared, only became more subtle. Today, quantum physics begins to confirm what the sages knew by direct intuition: that matter is not solid, that everything is composed of particles in motion, that vibration is the structural foundation of reality itself. So, what does this mean for you? It means you are not static. You are not your past, your thoughts, or your emotions. You are a frequency in constant oscillation, and that frequency can be tuned. Have you noticed how certain people radiate peace the moment they enter a room, or how others seem heavy even without saying a word? That is vibration. It cannot be fate, it cannot be forced, but it can be elevated. And here lies the great spiritual dilemma. Most people fluctuate, rising and falling like an emotional pendulum, trapped by external circumstances. Yet the great masters, the ancient sages, taught us that it is possible to anchor a higher vibration as a permanent state of being. How? Not through a single technique, nor through fleeting positive thoughts, but through an inner transformation, where the soul becomes the true center of command, and the mind, body, and emotions begin to orbit around it. This is the knowledge that transforms, because whoever understands how their vibration works, understands how their life works. And when you raise your frequency, you don't just change your experience, you reconfigure the very reality that surrounds you. To elevate your vibration permanently, you must first understand what that vibration truly is and how it is generated. It is not some abstract, impractical, metaphysical concept. Vibration is the living sum of everything you are in this moment. Thoughts, emotions, words, actions, habits, and, most importantly, your intentions. Imagine you are like a radio station. Every thought you have, every emotion you sustain, every word you speak tunes you into a specific frequency. Some are gentle, clear, and elevated. Others are dense, confused, or chaotic. What matters is not raising your vibration for brief moments, but learning to sustain the highest frequency you are capable of and making it your natural state. But what shapes this frequency? First, thought and perception. Your vibration is closely tied to how you interpret reality. Two people may live the same situation, yet respond in entirely different ways. One falls into panic, anger, or frustration. The other observes, reflects, and acts from calm. Which one do you think vibrates higher? Thinking itself is not the problem, it is how you think. If your mind constantly repeats judgments, fears, criticisms, and comparisons, you anchor yourself in a low vibration. Even if you try to meditate or feel better, vibration rises when thought aligns with consciousness. When you stop reacting automatically and begin choosing consciously how to perceive the world. Second, sustained emotion. Here lies an essential nuance. It is not about repressing emotions, but about not living chronically identified with them. You may feel sadness, anger, or anxiety. These are human and necessary. But if they become your baseline, your vibration stagnates. Gratitude, for example, carries a measurably higher frequency than resentment or guilt. And the most fascinating truth is this: you can train yourself to inhabit these higher emotions, even in the midst of challenges. Sustained emotion, not the fleeting one, is what tells the universe who you truly are, vibrationally. Third, your relationship with the present. The present moment is the gateway to the highest vibration. When you are fully in the now without resistance, without expectation, without judgment, your energy field organizes itself. The present is the only place where you can experience true peace, wholeness, and connection to your being. Those who live in the past, endlessly replaying wounds, or who project themselves into the future with fear, anxiety, or insatiable desire, vibrate at unstable frequencies. Their energy scatters, fragments, and becomes contaminated. To inhabit the present is not only a spiritual practice, it is energetic technology. Fourth, inner coherence. Here we arrive at one of the most powerful pillars for a high and permanent vibration. Coherence. When what you think, feel, say, and do are in harmony, your field becomes solid, luminous, magnetic. Internal incoherence, on the other hand, fractures your vibration. You may say, "I am light," yet live in fear. You may proclaim, "I believe in love," yet act from guilt or manipulation. The universe does not respond to what you say. It responds to who you truly are. This brings us to an inescapable truth. Your vibration does not rise magically through affirmations or superficial rituals. It rises when you decide to become someone who vibrates higher. At first, elevating your vibration may feel simple. You meditate, speak affirmations, connect with nature, practice gratitude, and feel an inner expansion. But the real challenge is not lifting yourself for brief moments. Sit is sustaining that vibration in the midst of the world. When external stimuli threaten to pull you back into denser frequencies, this is where the deeper art of spiritual awakening comes into play. The mastery of conscious vibration. The universe is a mirror, not a passive one, but a living, dynamic reflection. It mirrors your inner state at every moment, but it also tests it. Just when you begin to vibrate higher, situations, people, or thoughts appear that seem to destabilize you. This is not punishment, it's training. Have you noticed how, after a moment of clarity, you may suddenly face an emotional confrontation? That is because, as your energy rises, it illuminates hidden corners that were once in shadow. What is unresolved surfaces, and there you are faced with a choice. Return to the old pattern, or hold your frequency from a higher awareness. This first obstacle is what we might call energetic relapse. It does not mean you have failed. It means your system is reorganizing. Imagine tuning an instrument. At first, the sound is off, jarring, even unpleasant. But with patience, presence, and care, the sound transforms, and so do you. Another challenge is the collective mental noise. We live in a culture that feeds fear, urgency, comparison, and unworthiness. To vibrate high in a world vibrating low requires a silent rebellion. You cannot expect approval or understanding. Often, you will be misinterpreted, judged, or even ignored. But it is in that silence that your power grows. Because when you no longer need to be understood in order to be yourself, you are free. Then comes the trap of the spiritual ego. It is easy to confuse high vibration with superiority, with feeling more evolved or more conscious. But the moment you compare, the moment you seek validation, your energy drops. The soul does not compete, it simply vibrates. And the higher your state, the more humility, compassion, and quiet it brings to sustain an elevated frequency does not mean avoiding human emotions. It means not being imprisoned by them. You can feel sadness without becoming sadness. You can walk through fear without surrendering your power to fear. You can acknowledge your shadow without letting it obscure your light. Here, conscious self-observation becomes vital, not for judgment, but for alignment. Ask yourself simple questions. Does this thought expand me or contract me? Does this emotion connect me or separate me? Does this action honor my truth or my fear? The key is not perfection, it is vibrational honesty. To be authentic in each moment, even if that authenticity stings a little. For truth held with love naturally lifts your frequency, not because of what you do, but because of who you choose to be in every moment. And finally, we arrive at the most powerful ingredient: surrender. When you stop resisting, stop forcing, stop controlling, your energy opens. High vibration is not achieved, is allowed. It happens when you align with the flow of life, when you choose to trust the unseen, when you recognize that you are never alone, but held by a greater order. Raising your frequency, then, is an act of faith. Sustaining it is an act of mastery. To elevate your vibration is not an isolated event, nor an occasional experience. It is a sacred discipline, a way of life chosen with every thought, every word, every action. Authentic spirituality is not measured by how many books you read or how many rituals you perform, but by how you live your daily life with awareness. Here, I present to you 7 practices that, if integrated with true commitment, can profoundly transform your energetic field and help you sustain a higher vibration permanently. First, awaken. With a high intention, do not begin your day reacting to external noise. Before touching your phone, before thinking of your tasks, connect with yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Ask, what energy do I wish to inhabit today? This simple act aligns your consciousness with a clear frequency from the very first moment. No matter what happens outside, you have already chosen how to vibrate. Within second, care for what you consume, not just food. Everything that enters your body and mind affects your vibration. This is not about perfection, but about discernment. Notice how certain foods, songs, conversations, news, or social media affect you. Do they expand or contract you? High vibration requires coherence with what you allow into your field. Surround yourself with information, environments, and people that nourish your energy, not drain it. Third, silence and conscious breathing. Amid the chaos of the day, find moments to pause and breathe. 5 minutes of silence can elevate your vibration more than hours of anxious productivity. Breath is the bridge between the physical and the subtle. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Return to the present. There lies the purest vibration. Fourth, speak truth from the heart. Words are vibration made manifest. Every time you speak, you create. Avoid judgment, complaint, and empty criticism, not because they are wrong, but because they lower your frequency without notice. Speak with compassion. Express from authenticity. Use your voice as an instrument of clarity, love, and purpose. Fifth, move as living energy. The body needs movement for energy to flow. Dancing, mindful walking, yoga, or simply stretching upon waking allows your vibrational field to unlock. Physical stagnation generates emotional stagnation. Movement is energetic medicine. Sixth, give thanks without reason. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it is one of the highest frequencies you can inhabit. You do not need great achievements to practice it. Give thanks for your breath, for the light of day, for the path before you. The vibration of gratitude elevates perception and connects you with true abundance, not having more, but seeing more. Seventh, rest deeply. Sleep is not only physical restoration, it is vibrational recalibration. The body needs rest to integrate the frequencies it experiences. Respect your sleep cycles. Create moments of calm before bed and disconnect from screens or negative stimuli. This is essential to awaken with clean energy. Remember, elevating your vibration is not a destination, but a continuous practice. You do not need to do it perfectly. You only need to do it consciously, in presence. A daily decision, a mindful action, a moment of silence can be enough to remind you of who you are and bring you back to your center. In every instant, you have the power to either descend into the noise of the world or ascend to the temple of your soul. You have come this far not by chance. Your soul has guided you to this knowledge because it is ready to remember something essential. You are not a victim of the energy around you. You are the creator of the frequency you emanate in a world that constantly seeks to lower, distract, and disconnect you. Sustaining a high vibration becomes a revolutionary path of energetic sovereignty that not only transforms your life, but also the lives of those around you. As we have already seen, vibration is contagious. When you choose to inhabit a higher frequency, your mere presence begins to resonate with other souls ready to awaken. But this is where many people stumble. They expect raising their vibration to be a miraculous event, a technique that works instantly, an emotion that sustains itself. High vibration is the result of a daily, deep, and silent commitment to yourself. It requires that you look at yourself with truth. Observe your thoughts not from judgment, but from awareness. That you feel your emotions not as enemies, but as messengers. That you inhabit your body as a temple, not a prison. And above all, that you choose the present as your only place of power. Because only in the here and now can you make aligned decisions. Protect your energy, clear your field, elevate your habits, and become a channel through which higher consciousness can flow. This is not theory, it is living practice. It is sitting in silence when noise wants to dominate you. It is saying no to what no longer resonates with you, even if it scares you. It is holding yourself with compassion when everything seems to collapse and still choosing the light again. That is the vibration that does not break. That is the energy that does not depend on the external. That is the inner strength that transforms a human being into a master of themselves. And when you do it, when you truly sustain that frequency beyond the initial excitements, something sacred happens. Reality begins to reflect that inner state. Your environment shifts, your relationships purify, your opportunities align, because you are attracting them, but because you are already vibrating from there. And now I tell you clearly, the world does not need more information. The world needs more people vibrating from the soul, people like you who dare to remember their power and use it with love, with truth, with awareness. So if this message resonated with you, do not let it pass. Incorporate it, practice it, inhabit it. Subscribe to the channel if you wish to continue exploring the mysteries of energy, spirituality, and inner transformation. Like this video if you felt that this information touched a deep part of you, and share it with those who are also ready to remember their original vibration. Because when you change your frequency, the entire universe begins to dance to your rhythm.